Every once in a while, a really exciting day comes along for all PC strategy and historical gaming fans. It is the day that a brand new Total War title is released. And well everyone, it possibly hasn't escaped you that today is that day. Welcome everyone to the Argo channel, a pretty new startup channel on YouTube with a focus on historical video games. We are of course featuring a Total War Saga Troy. It's an honor to be able to feature my first brand new Total War title on the channel. Very, very excited for any new Total War title that comes out. Troy, just to get this out of the way right from the start, we know it's attracted a bit of controversy over the design aspects of the game and the kind of road that the creative team were going down with this title. But you know what? We are approaching this with a completely clear head. I have every intention of having as much enjoyment out of this game as any other. So please do stay with me and enjoy as we explore. As you can see, this is the very first time I've started the game up. So I literally am just experiencing this for the very, very first time and broadcasting it to you all. So we're going to start a campaign. I'm going to have a look through in a second and see exactly who we want to go as. So to start with, we're going to go with, I think, this middle section here, Inform Me, which basically tells us of the new features, but for players that are pretty familiar with Total War titles, so let's go with that. Alright, so this looks good. All the new characters here to select from. Pretty similar format by the looks of it to Total War 3 Kingdoms, which is fine. I guess we have a bit of an overview of every faction. So we've got the Danans, is it? And then the Trojans. So Aeneas, Sarpedon, Paris and Hector, of course. Nice. I just want to say, I think all the character designs from what I've seen so far, with the exception, I think, mainly of one, I by and large approve of. That one being Hector. I'm not so keen on his overall look. Just want to get that out there right now. There may be others who agree with me. Not too sure. Paris, I don't think is too bad. The others are pretty good on the whole. Agamemnon, possibly a little overdone with the helmet, but apart from that, I'm liking, by and large, what I see. I know Achilles has changed a few times, but I think this final kind of look is actually pretty good. I'm not totally sold on the shield, but it might grow on me. So let's explore some of the characters here. We've got Agamemnon flashing. He's the easy starting situation apparently, so let's have a look and see how this is laid out. Okay, cool. So we have the likes of Agamemnon. His play style, of course, a bit of a background for him here. Of course, it looks like Total War Saga Troy is following a similar format to 3K in being very character focused, which I think kind of worked for 3K. But for Troy, it'll be interesting to see how it kind of compares. The whole Greek heroes thing, of course, from mythology, I guess it was a fairly logical sidestep for CA, so about as good an era as any to kind of keep that format rolling. So, yeah, we're going to give it every chance and see how this pans out. So Agamemnon, Achilles. Okay, so he's sort of a normal difficulty. What's the victory conditions like? I love the artwork, by the way. That strikes me very, very quickly. I've not seen any of the final gameplay yet from any other YouTubers. So, again, I'm just experiencing this all fresh. But I've read in a review that the artwork is particularly impressive. And from what sort of clips we've seen so far, it does look very, very good. So, yeah. By the way, I'm not the kind of guy that flies through Total War games. I do go at a slower pace, as I like to absorb and actually immerse and really enjoy the experience of the game. And it also gives you guys a chance, frankly, to keep up a little more. I know you can pause the video and rewind and whatnot, but it's nice to actually be able to enjoy it in real time without all the backwards and forwardsing of your videos, right? So that's the kind of idea here. So even if I don't read things, feel free to have a read yourself and skip past bits if you wish. So yeah, we have to destroy Hector, which makes sense. Troy itself and Paris. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright. So, can I select another character? Okay. Odysseus? I've got an interest playing as Odysseus, I must say, because he, of course, is a coastal... He's got lots of coastal buffs. It's pretty good. Of course, they've each got some unique units. He's got 4 unique units here. I also like to zoom in on the units in game too, and we'll have a good look at those as we get going. Menelaus I've got an interest in playing as well, actually. I think a lot of people on YouTube are going to play as Achilles, so I'm tempted to have a bit of a look at someone a bit different. Albeit I'm not so keen on his design, I'm pretty sure Hector's going to be played a lot. It's all kind of overwhelming, isn't it, for a brand new Total War game? It's exciting and...
I'll finish this fight.
You kind of want to read everything at once. Okay, so... He has 3 units. It might be quite historical. I'm not so fond of the kind of pear-shaped shields that we've got.
Always led by the heart.
Orlando Bloom. Sorry, Paris. Let's have a look at him. Very archer-focused. Fair enough. I do use skirmish units quite a lot. I tend to deploy quite a regular tactic, actually, with Total War games, where I do, where possible, try and exhaust the archers and such first, do maximum damage with them. So Paris might actually be a good, logical faction for us here.
The gods have plans for me.
Sarpedon, he's a bit further north. I'm quite keen to play as a Greek faction first.
Integrity is
Sarpedon, he's further south. I've never, even in Total War Wrath of Sparta, I've never really explored much around this sort of southern, sort of southeastern corner of Greece, so it might be interesting. But again, I'm gonna start with a Greek faction, and you know what? So King of Men, we've got Agamemnon. Point heroes to court positions. Pointed heroes revive bonuses and provide faction-wide effects. Being in court increases a hero's motivation. Entice your force. Factions become your vassals. Vassals obey you and will be... Each turn, vassals can be extorted while given... Nice. So he's got javelins, axe infantry, and 200 spears, so... Agamemnon is quite a tempting character to start as. He's in a good position here as well. Sort of south of modern day Corinth... Well, not modern day, but... From Wrath of Sparta, it's far from modern day. Corinthos, sort of just north of Argos. My knowledge on Greek topography isn't bad from this kind of time period, so hopefully we'll be able to keep up.
I burn the brightest.
Achilles starts here. Achilles would be so cool. He's got a lot of units as well. Nice. There's so much to check out. Spear shield, myrmidons, myrmidon swords. So who does Menelaus have?
Though wronged, I stand.
Spear runners, axe champions, and heroic axe warriors. Okay, just thought I would jump to the options actually quickly before we go into a campaign too much more, because I want to check out whether or not there is extreme unit sizes or not. It's usually in graphics, right? Where are we? Oh, unit size. Fingers crossed. Yes, there is. Good. See, I hadn't. They may have announced something, but I hadn't read if they had done extreme unit sizes or not. So, but then it's ancient Greece. Tell you what, let's have a look. Ultra. No, you know what? Extreme and see how big the units are. So battles, custom battle, right? So unit info. Okay, so in the more kind of basic units, you're looking at 180 men per unit. In the sort of lighter units, and then up to 135 for the heavier. A lot of archers, 135 here, as you can see. And any cavalry and chariots. These are chariots, really. Of course, just the one. Spartoi. Okay. Yeah, they have 18, so that's pretty good. Let's have a quick look at the Ultra while we're at it. Advanced, unit size, Ultra. Yes, thank you. Yep. Alright, so smaller units have here 120 men in a unit. Not bad. And then the larger, better units up to 90. So what are we going to do? I'm thinking, you know what, it would be great to go with Extreme to get a proper full experience out of this and make the sieges better too. So we will play on Extreme unit sizes for our first campaign in Total War Saga Troy. How about that? While running everything else you can see here, I'm going to try and run at the top settings I can. Well, I think the top settings, or more or less anyway. Most things here are on Ultra or High, so that's a new one, High Dead Bodies. Personally, I like to... gonna sound like a right warlord, I like to see, you know, what's happened, the history of the battle, if you like, on the field at the time, so I'm not going to change that. Gives the full kind of cinematic immersion effect anyway. Yeah, this all looks good, I think. Arrow trails. I don't like arrow trails. Turning that off. Hate arrow trails. Otherwise, yeah, we look good. Well, there is, is it a very slight arrow trail? Let's give that a shot, like a 10% arrow trail or something. Or, alright then. 11%. Yeah, so we'll run with that. So let's get back and have a look at the units. Okay, so let's check out the Spartans then, just to have a quick look, as we are quite likely going to play as Menelaus. So, okay, quite a Warhammer kind of layout, which is not a bad thing, necessarily. But, you know what I mean, the kind of style they've gone for here is quite reminiscent of that. So Menelaus, we've got, these are all different types of hero units, I guess. Defenders, warlords, fighters. Right, so otherwise we've got, let's get the unit info up. So there's militia units, sword and shield infantry, we've got some spears, axes, spear and shields, sword and shield. Quite a few more axe units in here. But Menelaus, isn't it, actually, who has the ability, I think, to recruit units from allies or vassals, allies maybe. So we can perhaps get some more sword units in there. I'm quite a fan of sword and shield units, really. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We'll have a quick look at the others while we're at it. Achilles, a pretty big roster for the infantry units. Yeah, the Myrmidons. Nice. So yeah, good mix there of different troops, quite all round. So one thing I'm a little bit curious about is, in comparison to Menelaus here, there isn't... Right, just to touch on it by the way, I think I'm going to try and play this campaign a little bit more along a kind of historical or more life realistic kind of sense, in the sense that I'm not going to go for the mythical creatures so much. I might alter my feeling on that as the campaign goes, but I'm going to try and steer away from the likes of Cyclops and Minotaurs and everybody else, basically, with the possible exception of Centaurs, because they are the cavalry of the game. So we might just have Centaurs in there, but I'm not. I take it they're recruitable to everybody. They're not all listed under every hero here. So anyway, I think we're going to play as Menelaus and Sparta for our first campaign on a Total War Saga Troy. Let's do it, shall we?
I will take back what is mine.
Okay, so as it's the first one, a whole new different set of AI and everything, or certainly tweaked and altered. We're going to keep it to normal, so we actually have a realistic chance of going into the campaign, so we can, you know, see what it's all about. Hopefully it's not too easy, but, you know, this is quite good how it kind of irons out how things should be for you in the campaign, so you kind of know what to expect. Enemy factions are not affected by significant penalties or bonuses. And plan the moves with greater care for campaign, and battle enemy forces receive no penalties, offering a reasonable level of challenge. I might up that. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Forces are smarter, tougher, high morale, good tactics are essential. I think we're capable of doing that. Right, so yeah, I'm by no means the greatest Total War player of all time, but I do enjoy the games, and as I say, I do like to take them pretty seriously when I get into them, so we have the buffs. Yeah, Spartan colonies. Colonize raise settlements within your line of sight without sending an army. Colonization costs resources. More expensive. Nice. Okay, this looks pretty good. I think we're going to get as Menelaus. Let's begin.
Are we mere playthings of the gods? Or do we plead divine influence to justify our foolish choices? He's taken her! He's taken my wife! You've risked the safety of Troy.
Troy is my home now.
You have my oath, brother. She will be returned to you. Brother, I can fight. Go, seek shelter. There'll be plenty of fighting ahead. Helen's flight was a grave wound to Achaean pride. King Menelaus will have his revenge. And his brother will have his war with Troy, just as the gods intended.
Alright, so setting the scene there for what we have to come. Again, some good artwork here. The style of Troy so far I like in regards to the aesthetics. It looks really good.
Hear me, spear-famed Menelaus. Brazen Prince Paris of Troy has dared to steal your wife. Paris of Troy must pay! Gold-rich Mycenae, ruled by your brother Agamemnon, will support your cause. Troy thinks to slight me, but they will pay the price. As well as exacting vengeance upon Troy, other matters demand your attention. Open rebellion has devastated the region of Etis, where a pretender is trying to take power for himself. South of Etis, mighty Tyrins holds Kithara Island, blocking your access to the treasures of Crete, which are beyond imagination. Consolidate your power at home. Urge Helen's suitors to honor the oath of Tyndareus in your defense, and wage war on the perfidious Trojan princeling.
Alright, so sounds like the Greeks are ready to pick a fight. So at this point, has Helen gone then already? I take it she has. Okay. Right, so how they play. Spartan colonies. The people of Sparta are known for their intrepidity and ingenuity. Thus, Menelaus can colonize a race settlement instantly, without having to send an army there. As a result, colonization of remote settlements is more expensive. And call to arms. Many are willing to honor the oath to support Helen's husband in case anything happens to his wife. Because of that, Menelaus can recruit units from rosters available to his defense or military allies. Nice. I like it.
The warriors against you to ravage your lands and sack your cities.
Already?
Perhaps they underestimate your strength. March out.
Oh.
Engage them in battle and put them to flight.
Indeed we shall. Right, well... Oh, I just skipped past that. So yeah, we have missions then, I guess, the same as many other Total War games. Various objectives to aim for. Quite a nice reward there to get started with. So the Noble Pretenders, where are they? Is this them? Yes. No, you can't oblige, I'm sure. You are rebels. Alright, well, let's just reflect on this for a minute. First and foremost, wow, does the colour palette kind of smack you in the face. It's so gorgeous. I mean, look at this. This is CA at their best. The way this is designed is fantastic. The CA art department and map design department, if that's what you want to call it, is absolutely fantastic. It's got just so much detail. The water is beautiful. Oh, it looks great. Very, very good. Well done, guys, right off the bat for that, guys and girls. So, yeah, that's awesome. The characters look good on the map. The heads up so far looks pretty good, I'd say, on the whole. So we've got, let's start from the left and work our way around. So we've got our faction leader here, Menelaus himself. Character details, we're going to look at a few bits about him. So we've got battle effects, campaign effects, yada yada. A few battle buffs there, which will be pretty handy. Campaign effects 2. Minus 20% attrition as well, which is always good. Various traits as well, with different bonuses that they give. So he's a pretty fierce warrior, is Menelaus. He's in the kind of twilight days of his warrior lifetime, but still got a little bit left in the tank. So yeah, we'll try and unleash his abilities as best we can. So we've got skills here too, which I think can be upgraded. Is that correct? With what? Rank 2. Okay, so as he goes up different ranks, you can unlock some of these. That's good. And equipment, we have various... Oh. Yeah, we'll keep that. Various bits and pieces that we can kit out our faction leader with. That's pretty cool. So we've got our resources. Of course, Troy with the 5 different main resources, which is a whole new thing for Total War, which is going to shake things up a bit, I'm sure. So we have food. We seem to have a pretty good turnover of food. We're pretty healthy in that regard. Wood, it looks like we've got quite a bit being produced. Stone, a little low, but we do have something at least to try and keep us afloat there. Stone to keep us afloat. Bronze, we have a bit of income on, and gold, no more income, but we just have 30 that we're sat on. So, okay. Right, what's all this? We have objectives. So that's the Homeric victory, following faction destroyed, Hector, Paris and Troy. Complete all the steps of the heroic heroes epic missions chain. Okay. Capture Helen. Yep. Hold 2 settlements, including the following: Troy and Knossos in Crete. And then Total War victory is to first antagonistic faction with us defeat, occupy, raise or sack 100 different settlements. Current total, well, we have got 1, 2 even. Control the following 3 settlements, either by direct ownership or through vassals and allies: Knossos, Mycenae, and Troy. So we have Mycenae, I believe, is an ally of ours. He should be at this point. Diplomacy, is that here somewhere? Yes. Okay, so diplomacy in Total War Troy, from what I understand, is a bit of a meant to be development from 3K, so pretty similar in many regards. But I think we can all agree that the diplomacy in 3K was the most advanced and intelligent that we've had in a Total War game so far, by probably a fair way. So if that's anything to go by, this should be promising. So yeah, we need Agamemnon, who is Mycenae. Am I scrolled past him already? Yes. And yep, defensive ally. So I think that should count as effectively having a certain amount of claim over Mycenae. So we're friendly with most of the other Greek factions. Knossos, although we need to get over to Knossos or ally with them if we can. Does it say if they're Trojan or Greek? Not sure if it does. That's a shame. If it doesn't, it would be quite good if it said if they were Trojan or Greek. Bit of a giveaway for these two, but is that how we tell? Okay, unless I'm missing it, I don't think it directly tells, which is a bit of a shame. But okay, so do we have trade? Trade partner? We don't have any trade partners. Well, we'll have a look at all this stuff in a minute. Let's just quickly work our way around the HUD. So we have decrees, which so this is our basically our tech tree, which looks pretty good. Again, good artwork, different layout, but looks like we have one that kind of is geared more towards bronze, then obviously gold, food, stone, and wood. So that's fine. Can you unlock different units as you go with? Perhaps not. Perhaps it's more tied to the building chain, which I arguably prefer, actually, so that's pretty good. So, Divine Will. Okay, so this is the gods. Right. We have various bonuses and things that we can get from conducting various rituals, it seems, and prayers to various gods. So, that's cool. So we'll come back to that. We have call to arms. Right, so this is the recruiting of units from other factions, which is cool. Nice. Oops. That's going to be pretty handy. Okay, so working our way around the map, we've got Map view. Okay, not sure what that does. So we have events. Heroes and agents, just Menelaus right now. Provinces. That's cool. We have known factions. A few bits and pieces about them. A few missions. Which of course we already know about. That's fine. In turn. Notifications.
Menelaus of Sparta.
Right, so moving on then. That's pretty much done the best part. We've got the usual things up here, I think. What's that? Oh, advisor, okay. So let's look at our settlements. Let's start with Sparta, shall we? So again, we've got a different building, or a group of optional buildings for our settlements. Special buildings, we have foreign encampment. Flies allies and additional troops from the court arms inevitably comes. Okay, so envoy. Human cost of foreign units not present in Menelaus' roster. That's pretty cool. So this is for the open thing here. So we have a muster field already. And okay, so we need more bronze. So we need to save more bronze before we can upgrade to get some better units, which look like really good units too, so we need to really focus on that. So 1300 food, which we should be able to manage pretty soon, and 260 bronze. Oops. So these are extra military buffs. What's happening? Guardhouse provides... Okay, so that's an extra garrison, that's fine. Yes, this is how the extra units are unlocked, by various upgrades here. So that's cool. So settlement is at... It's a walled city. You can obviously upgrade things gradually, which increases the garrison, pretty standard. So what else do we have here? Administration buildings. Vineyards. Oh yes, please. That's extra happiness. Extra wood. Okay, need to find out what type of settlement this really is focused on. Is it just focused on wood? Maybe that's what it is. And then temples. Alright. So, okay. My first go at pronouncing this Oitilon, maybe? Oitilon? We'll go with that. So this is a port settlement, it seems, which is cool. We've already got the port chain going. Special unit, foreign encampment. That would be good to have in this province somewhere. And then, yeah, resources. So we have plus 20 stone per turn. That's pretty cool. Plus 28 stone per turn. Plus 25 stone per turn for the influence bonuses. That's pretty good. This province. Wow. Minus 70 growth though. So what is our growth? Where do we see that? Garrison strength. Growth. Okay, so 75. Happiness is minus 2. Is that inclusive of Sparta? Yeah, that's across the province. Alright. So we can't really afford that. Instantly we saw about the whole colonizing. It seems... Yeah, Atis. There's one right here, so we can possibly look at colonizing that. What was the cost for it again, though? 500 food, 100 stone. We could afford to do that. But I think I'd rather make sure that we get through these guys first.
Not possible.
So yeah, upgrading Sparta, I think to start with. There's a lot of info to take in, right? No, let's do the foreign encampment to start with. Because we're going to want to try and get a few more foreign troops in. I'm going to recruit some other troops here, though, as well. I think I'm going to recruit them before we actually go and fight. What? This amount will be deducted from your treasury in order to recruit this unit. Wow, really? Heck. Okay. Quite expensive. But they would be really quite useful. So you know what? We're gonna do it. Was it 2 turns? Oh wow, okay. Oh yeah. There's these guys. Oh, I see, so that's the call to arms. Right, that's the foreign units, these are the local friendlies. With Spearmen right here. That's cool. And they're a lot cheaper, so that's fine. Do we go for 2? Just kit out Menelaus' force early on. We may as well. Let's do it. Okay, so they are recruiting now, right? Yes. Good. Yeah, so what we're going to do is aim... In the early days, I think it's quite an obvious move. Clearly what's intended for Sparta, but you know what? We'll go with it. Try and smash through these guys, then we're going to get to Atis, whether or not we just occupy it, or just send a... well, we're going to colonize it one way or another. And that way we'll lock down the province of Lacedaemon, with the exception of Kythera, which may well become our next target. So yeah, that's our early days intention. So yeah, let's end turn, shall we? Although I kind of forgot to look at diplomacy a bit more closely, but never mind. We'll check that out in the next turn.
Brute strength alone will not win this war. Issue a decree ordering your finest minds to research new methods of warfare, lest others overtake you.
Right, of course. Okay. So issue a royal decree. Description: your people are eager to follow your orders, but it's through your wisdom that will lead to flourish. Issue a royal decree, and they will be put to work. Available decrees may be viewed. Number of decrees here. Okay, fine. Royal decrees are proclamations which improve many aspects of your faction's resource production, civic efficiency, and military effectiveness. There are 5 distinct branches in the royal decrees panel associated with the 5 resources in game. Each branch has its own particular focuses related to the resource in question, so the wood branch contains upgrades for skirmisher and bow units, for example. Royal decrees take time to prepare. Each decree has a number beside it indicating the turns required before the decree is issued and its effects become active. Right. Okay, so let's take a look. Tutorial menu, that's pretty handy, but we won't need that, I don't think. Kind of diving in a little bit, but you know, want to get playing. So, yeah, plus 280 food per turn, that's pretty useful. Plus 80 bronze. We're a little lower on the bronze. Oh, okay, we've already got those, sorry. Right, so we're going plus 10 to growth. Yeah, let's do that. I think. In fact, let's do the stone. There we are. Right, that's cool. Okay, so we're in a little camp at the moment. What are the stances? So we've got in camp. There's unit replenishment immune to attrition. Fairly standard. Raiding. Yep. Ambush. March. Is that? Oh, okay, it's like forced march. Fine. Okay, I think we're ready to take these guys on. Are we?
King Menelaus.
Do I have to change stance first? Right, okay. Alright, let's go for our first battle. Let's take these guys out and try and progress. No god is on your side. That's a bit damning right from the start. Alright, so let's fight a battle, shall we? See how this goes. Arcas. Spartan noble pretenders. You are the pretenders. They may never surrender. Right. Just rating 3. Yep. Dried 8. Looks good. Alright, so.
Your warriors stand ready to serve. They only await your orders.
Thank you. Right, so troops may be arranged during the deployment phase. Yeah, that's pretty standard, right? Yep. Okay. So, how good does this map look? The detail is brilliant. Very, very good. Ancient Greece has never looked so good. Both the campaign map and battle maps look very, very good. Very, very detailed. Let's have a quick look at some of our units as well. I'm a big fan of the units and zooming in close, as I've said already. So let's take a look. These are the light spear runners. So these guys, I guess, will be expecting to do a bit of flanking work. Hopefully hold their own in melee to a degree, which will be good. Who else have we got here? Okay, so these are the militia. Light troops. Pretty standard, we know what to expect. So some slingers. I'm not sure how effective the slingers will be in this game. In previous Total Wars, they've been a bit, you know, a bit light unless you can really get around the back of the unit. Spearmen, these are the guys we've just recruited. They look pretty good. They're going to be our real kind of focus unit, sort of our centre of our line kind of troops for the moment. More militia. And our X-Men. Lyconian X-Men. Who also look pretty good, I have to say. Design of the troops with regard to the armour and stuff, I believe, is really, really good. It's pretty accurate for the time period, so that's always good to see. Good job, CA. Right, let's have a look. So they're over here. Now, of course, terrain is said to be a huge thing in battles in this game, so we need to be a little bit smart with how we do anything much, frankly. I think we're going to try and approach through here with our spears. We're going to lead the way. We're going to lead the way with our slingers, actually. And our main spear guys here. These fellas, I wouldn't mind hiding them in some grass or something if I can. Does that work? Are they hidden? Yes, they are. Good. Okay. Well, they are anyway. They're not. Why can't you both be hidden? Can you not hide in there together? Yes. You guys, the runners. Yeah, they haven't got any cavalry or anything. Of course not. Let's have the runners here too. Let's have the axemen back here as well. With Menelaus. Boom. Okay, now another thing I was an advocate of when this game was being created and details were starting to come out. I can tell you now already, I'm not a fan of the idea of a single entity hero unit. I just don't like it. I never played a single campaign on Total War 3 Kingdoms in the romance mode with a single unit. Just no. It might have worked in Warhammer. I think it was more okay in Warhammer, but in what is largely supposed to be a more historical game, I don't really feel it. So, I'm definitely against the fantastical elements that they apparently have most of the characters in this game too. So, I'm going to try and kind of look past that, but yeah, we'll see. Right, no more talk. Let's battle.
Your heroes all have their own unique skills and advantages.
You guys can move up.
Close regard to these attributes and let them
I'm going to have you guys swing this way, actually. You guys hold back a little, so we're not quite sure where we're going to place you yet. Get rid of that. These guys are a little bit far back, but they are well hidden here. Take a quick peek at what we're up against. Oh. Okay, light swordsman. It looks quite heavy. Slingers and some more spears over here. Right, okay. Oh, they're going towards a slightly higher bit of ground. Smart. Alright. This is only a pretty small skirmish. We're not going to be here too long, I don't think. But at the same time, we want to enjoy our first experience of battle in Total War Troy. These guys are going to be obsolete over here. Pretty sure of that. Come on out and say hello. Introduce yourselves. So are they on fire at will? Is guard mode on? No, guard mode. In fact, everybody in guard mode. There we go. Okay. Slingers. Oh, we're on the fire. Right. Return fire. Slingers on slingers. Spears over that way, Menelaus. You can stay with your runners. So we're going to do a bit of an enveloping move here, really. We've got light swords and we've got... These guys are these like very light or are they just light still?
Death comes from above, like the arrows of Apollo. Have your warriors take cover from the enemy missiles, or else seek out and destroy the cause of this threat.
Oh, these guys are on the fire now.
Are losing heart.
Under a lot of fire, actually. Right, get forward. Let's not hang around. Our slingers are running.
For shame, your warriors' courage has failed them. They
Great
run
start.
from the battle like frightened children. Round them up and send them back into the field.
Okay, here we go.
Your hero is under attack.
Get Menelaus in there. Get everybody in there. Okay, so we've actually brought their militia into a militia versus militia fight. That's fair, at least. Although we do have 2 units to their 1. Let's go for a flanking move. These guys are getting hit pretty hard right here.
As the battle progresses, the hero's rage grows. The anger of Ares made manifest. Rage grants powerful combat abilities. The more experienced the hero, the more abilities they make.
Get in there. Big flanking move. Straight in around the back. How are we doing? Losing quite a few guys here actually. Let's get our heavy axes in. Spears, some pretty fair fight over here. Pretty even so far. Again, I'm just going to say this, I miss the blood and gore effects. I do tend to play my Total War battles with blood pack enabled, and I do kind of miss it not being here. Okay, so we've got them running at the moment. It's going to be a pretty clean sweep, I think, this one. Can we have cinematic mode? Yeah. Run them back into the long grass. Let's bring the head back just for a minute. Okay, so we've got them spread out. Let's not break our units up too much. How far it will. Just come up here just in case. Let's have a duel, shall we? Is that how that works? It's not going to be a fair fight. Get these guys in there as well. They're attacking uphill, but they've got the drop on them.
Your warriors have spotted hidden foes. Your foe attacks your flank. Drive them off.
Jeepers. Okay, look, that's done. Get those guys back. Come on. Back up the hill, back up the hill. Heavy axemen, the ace in the hold, and they come.
Units has no more ammunition.
Feel free to fire on them. Come on, guys. Hurl those stones. Okay, that went pretty well. Let's get these guys in here again. It's going pretty well. We're a little disorganized right now, but
Victor, the enemy chose their leader poorly. See them run from battle.
he's running.
Enough talk. You waste good fighting. On the move.
Don't be led astray too quickly, guys. Oh. In fact, they're right there, look. These guys are running off. I thought I got. Well, yeah, they're going to attack, I suppose, aren't they? Okay. Looks like they're fleeing. They're still throwing things at us, though. Come on. Victory! They've given up. Good. Pursuit. These two still chasing each other down. If I can take him out, that'd be great, although it might kill him anyway, or I might have the chance to capture him, perhaps?
Such weak and pointless words. Hold it!
Just maybe.
This coward!
Yeah, he's seen him off. See you later. Well, that's our first skirmish on Troy. Lost a few more units than I would have liked. A lot of maneuverability though with the units. The enemy's units were charging around all over the place trying to outmaneuver me, which was interesting. So yeah, we did okay. 242 men dead, they lost 540. Cool, good. Bit of loot, which is always nice. So we have lives as barter, we can gain them. Let's trade. Trade them back, really, isn't it? We have Spill of Blood, which is okay, the following effect, kill them now, our hatred of the masses will grow, we laugh at the prospect, +8 to morale of our units, or take them on. We're going to take them on. Let's take them on.
A welcome boost. On my way.
Nice. Okay, so mission successful. We have our reward as well, which is great.
New recruits can be trained to build up your forces and replace warriors lost in battle. This will be a long war, and your adversaries gather in strength. You would be wise to look to your own armies in response.
Yeah, probably a sensible idea. So, Battle of Atis, decisive victory. Good stuff. Menelaus' armies achieved a decisive victory against the forces of Arcus, belonging to the pretenders in the Battle of Atis. Nice. So, we, I think, may as well keep going, although let's have a look at the diplomacy and stuff, because we kind of ignored that. Well, forgot about it in the first turn. So, yeah, let's see if we can get some trade going. Mycenae, Agamemnon, it makes sense to try and get some trade going with him. But can you trade in the traditional sense? Okay. Right, so it's more a case of... Yeah. Okay. So what do we need? We need... This is good. Okay, it lists everything here. Always handy. Does he have any gold? Well, gold's expensive. Very expensive. What's the equivalent? 1 gold. How many food would you need for 1 gold? 20. Okay. Just to give us an idea. Oops. So, what else are we a little low on? Bronze, we are looking to get a bit more of, if possible. Though we do have a new technology we're trying to unlock. 1 gold, bronze is worth. Okay, so stone is worth quite a bit to these guys. Of course, things are going to have a different value with each different faction. So, can you actually type in whatever you want? Yes. Okay. Yeah, just to know. That's fine. Right. So, yeah, obviously you don't really have money as such in this game. Everything is on these 5 resources. You do kind of have gold, but it's not so much. Food almost looks to be the more kind of essential one, though. They're all balanced over various buildings and units and such. So you kind of have to think about it quite differently by the looks of it, which is cool. It's a fresh look and something new for us all to get used to, I guess. So supposing I wanted to do that, I've got quite a lot of food, quite a healthy turnover of food. I'm quite tempted to just get some gold in because heck. Okay. Just because it would be useful to kind of have some. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So, you know what? Just to, because we've experimented with it, let's see if we can close that deal. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, so it's 260 for 10 turns, and then 10 gold for 10 turns. Which is actually going to make us quite well off. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that.
That was finely done.
Oh, your excellent negotiation, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, so we've still got a good turnover of food, and we're doing really well. We've got quite a bit of gold coming in. Now, so that's going to help us save quite a bit, which is awesome. Oh, so we've got the day-night cycle as well. The moonlight on the water looks fantastic. Really, really good. Right, let's keep these guys moving towards Etis. Oh, got the remnants of this force here.
That is beyond me.
We should probably take them out. Let's just auto-resolve this one. Job done. Lives and barter. Does it say? Oh yeah, 45 were captured. It actually makes sense, does it not, to do this one? Because there's nowhere they can really go, so we can just get a lot of money for it. I say money, food.
Let them go. Stay together.
Good. So Arcus was killed in battle. I'm not sure if it's possible in this game to recruit enemy commanders the same. I'm not too sure. Be nice if we could. You can see our event messages. Yeah, trade agreement. Good stuff. Oh, some wars have been declared. Achilles is well and truly on the warpath, although it's mostly, I think, people against him. Declaring war against him, so good luck. Construction is complete. Our units and such, battle reports. Yeah, it's pretty well laid out, I think. Nothing against it. Good. Alright, let's keep moving towards the settlement of Etis. Okay, so it's a farm settlement too, so we'll have even more food production, which is great. So, wait Tylon for the stone. Is that what it is with the... Where are we? Ah, yes. We might need to unlock this first, maybe, before we can... This stone technology, or decree, before we can actually build a stone structure. Kind of makes sense. I think. So we're not going to rush to build another building here. Ah, okay, so recruit hero. Okay, so this is cool. So we have obviously the ability now then to recruit other heroes, much like in 3K. So, Alchmaeon, Anchialos, Demolion. So they've got different sort of like specialties. You've got Warlord Commander, Defender Veteran, Fighter Ravager. Cool. Theodoros, Almenos. Okay, so what's all this here? So we've got... Oh, okay, so he's a zealot, so it's various buffs. Okay. Polydictes. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't think we need... Do we need anybody right now? Probably not. But it's good to know that we've got options there. We've got agents as well. Okay, so we can't recruit... I don't know what happened there. So this was all to do with the agents. Oh, is this the temples? Yes. Although I'm not totally sure how I got to this. We can upgrade stuff quite a bit here though, plus 40 growth to this province, that'd be pretty good. You know what, let's do that while we're at it. I don't know quite how we got here. Or, yeah, I really don't know. Oh, okay, so that's effectively taxing or not. Yeah, okay. Well, everybody seems... Happiness isn't the greatest right now across our lands, but... hopefully we can change that soon. On previous Total War, this would be pretty easy enough to know what to kind of build, but... Administration buildings, is that what's going to give? Yeah, okay. Yeah, since there's gold required for that, so that's pretty handy to have some gold coming in. That was probably quite a useful trade. Is that going to be worth getting right now? Favour to Zeus plus happiness. I know we said we were going to wait for stone, but... locks the foreign encampment building chain. But isn't that what we've got? Yes, that doesn't make sense to do that.
This was a good day.
Let's keep going as we are. I think for the moment. Let's go back to diplomacy, have another look at some more trade deals maybe, see if we can get other stuff going. So Salamis. So this is Ajax. Okay, oh I see, so... Right, so they would prefer things like that and have an abundance of wood. We have quite a lot of wood coming in though, so that's pretty good. God, I didn't do a good trade really for Agamemnon. They've got a lot of gold, they value it quite highly. Food, yeah, alright, that wasn't the best of trades. We're learning gradually. Achilles has got a lot of food. Okay, so we can get some stone from these guys. Pylos, less than north of bronze. Have we got a lot of bronze coming in? 70. And then 28 stone. If anywhere doesn't want the stone so much, we could go for that. Everybody else values it quite highly. They don't. Right, so they value it less. Let's have a chat with Nossos.
Yes, we should talk.
So stone, they value less. Let's try and get, say, even 100 or so. Wow, okay. They value bronze quite highly. We don't have a lot of it. Food? We have plenty of food. Oh, that can work. Oh, okay. So 500 food we could trade for 130. That's for a number of turns though. We don't really want to do that, do we? We want a one-time special. Does it have to be that? Don't want to give any more than we have to. I'll take that trade. Although, yeah, even better. Alright, so we can get 130 stone, a bit of a buff. That's about sort of 5 turns worth equivalent for us. That's a good trade.
A pleasure to...
Nice. Okay, so we're a bit healthier now for our stone. Bronze? Can we get some bronze from anybody else? No, I want that still. Okay, so we want... We haven't got lots of wood. We could see about getting some wood. Maybe another time. Pylos has got a lot of excess bronze. They value stone quite highly. Wonder what we could do.
I will do what I can.
Can we in any... Ah, you can trade regions. I forgot about that in this game. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So let's do bronze. Should we see about 200? What's they're asking for that? 8.5. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Bronze is quite pricey then. What if we did something like that, and then stone... I know we've just traded it, but we could give a little away? Something like that, maybe? Even perhaps... Yeah, that could work. Even that. Yeah. 500, then just give away 65 again. Of our stone. Because then we get a lot of bronze. Let's do that. Cool. So it's a bit of a merry-go-round of resources, but the idea is eventually you kind of level things out. Then we've leveled out stone and bronze. And our food is still healthy. We've still got a good turnover of food each turn. So, and we've got a lot of wood that comes in each turn too. So we're doing pretty well at this moment. We've got gold coming in as well. In what was actually not a very good trade from Agamemnon, but still. Just experimenting. It's a new campaign. Let's end turn.
Do not neglect the development of your towns and cities, for many benefits accrue from construction at home. Put your carpenters and stonemasons to work.
Indeed. So what's the objective here? Construct any building. Okay. Reward 350 bonus wood and 200 bonus in stone. That's a really good bonus. Okay, but...
No kingdom flourishes and endures through military conquest alone.
Another mission.
Grow and maintain your settlements through construction.
Upgrade
Resources
any
can
building.
be harnessed
Wow.
to serve the war effort.
Alright.
Healthy growth in the province
another one.
leads to the expansion of your cities and an increase in the benefits they bring. The populace thrives here, so the cities are ripe for improvement.
No kidding. However... Okay, so we can actually upgrade this. Good. Which gives us a good bonus of stone per turn. Nice bit of extra growth. Happiness too. Okay, that's worth it. So the cost is 1,080 wood, which we just have enough money for now. That's why it's unlocked it. Good. Well, that would be worth doing, and that's an entirely new... That would achieve our mission too. 2 turns to do. Does that count as a new building and an upgrade? Either way, we're going to go for that. That's pretty good. Alright, so we are on top of the city of Atis now. Let's have an experiment and see how this works. If we... Right. Ah, okay. So colonize. We want to colonize this, but we can't. We don't have enough wood. We've just done the upgrade, which I'd like to still do. Although, actually, if I was to instead not do that this turn, because we've got a good turnover, we do this now, and we upgrade the building in the next turn. 93 stone, we can still do it. Good. Objective complete. We have the settlement of Atis, which produces a nice bit of extra food. Excellent. Good stuff. Well, I think that'll probably do for the first episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope this has given you a good insight into Total War Troy and what it potentially has in store. I, for one, am keen to keep on playing, so if you wish to see more of this campaign, we're going to hopefully move at a faster pace as we go, as we gradually sort of get used to the game more and the mechanics and such. It's very interesting. It feels pretty good up to now, actually. Pleasantly surprised in that regard, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, just fingers crossed. I'm not overly convinced on the battles at the moment, but we've only really fought a very brief skirmish, so I really can't judge it too heavily in that regard just yet. As we get further into the campaign, have some bigger battles, we'll be able to make a much sounder judgment. So yeah, we've achieved our goal today of exploring the display of the game. We've taken a settlement, we've defeated a rebel army, we've had a good explore around this Spartan section of Greece. So guys, thank you ever so much once again for joining me. Take care, and fingers crossed we'll see you for the next video. Bye for now.